Hello, and welcome back to Hobbery Kids. My name is Isabel, and today I'll be doing a book review on the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Book 3. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thank you. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is an extremely beautiful building, even though it has been damaged and worn away over the years. Men have done even more damage than time to the cathedral. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is like a great work of epic literature, such as the Iliad or the Romance heroes. It shows all the creative energy of the age in which it was built, both the creativity of the artist who imagined it and the inspiration of the laborer who built it. In 1830, Notre Dame's facade looks very different from the way it did in the medieval period. The steps which lead up to the church have been swallowed up by high modern pavements, and the statues of kings on the facade have been partly destroyed and replaced by modern carvings. It was not time that damaged the statues, but humans. Most of the medieval architecture has been replaced with modern ones. Time, political revolutions, and fashion have ruined the beauty of Gothic architecture, and many Gothic buildings have been renovated in the name of good taste. Notre Dame doesn't necessarily belong to a class. It is a combination of Romanesque and Gothic. Notre Dame does not only show the history of Europe, but also the history of science and art. Each section of the building is like a page in a book from its respective time period. The histories of whole nations can be read through their architecture. The architecture of Christian Europe, for example, can be split into three periods: the Romanesque, the Gothic, and the Renaissance. The Romanesque is the oldest, the Gothic came next, and then the Renaissance followed. These architectural changes only affect the outsides of churches. However, the interior design of churches remain Romanesque throughout and reflect the continuity in the style of Christian worship. In this sense, the inside of the church is like the trunk of a tree, and the facade is like the foliage that grows on it. Changes may have affected the outside of the church, but the interior design remains the same. Paris originally began on a small island in the Seine with two bridges which connected it to the mainland, and it spread outwards from this point. The city was surrounded by a wall, but it has now far exceeded its limits. More walls have been built around the city since then, but each one has been bypassed as the city grows. In 1482, looking down from the top of Notre Dame, you can see that the city is split into three separate districts: the town, the university, and the city. The city is the smallest and the oldest. The university is on the left bank, and the town is on the right. The city is the religious center. The town is where the nobles have palaces, and the university is where all the colleges are. In 1482, Seine has 5 bridges across it. Even though there are many confusing roads, there are 2 long straight streets which run right across Paris through all 3 districts. These streets are like veins which provide life to all parts of the city. In 1482, the design of Paris only contained 2 styles of architecture: the Romanesque and the Gothic. So everything in this city looks balanced and like it belonged together. However, this faded away due to the Renaissance period. Although there are some well-constructed buildings in modern Paris, most do not compare to those of 1482. And the view of Paris from Notre Dame is not as beautiful as it was then. To get an idea of how the city was in 1482, one should climb to some high points in the city early in the morning and listen to the church bells ring. Although it seems as though they all sound at random, the bells follow each other's patterns and create harmonious music. It is the most joyful sound in the world, the sound of the city singing as it greets dawn. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe for Book 4.